first guest to the stage, good friend of mine, the wonderful Jane Perry. Let's go. Let's go. Keep it going, you guys. There she is. Welcome. Welcome to my living room, wherever you want. Make yourself a home. And keep it going, please, for David Bateson. Yeah. Look at this. Very dapper. Agent 47's in the house. Keep your little hands going. Keep those wee hands going. And louder for Jen Taylor. Yes. Can we get some whips and cheers? And 50% more for the wonderful Steve Downs. Yes, Steve. Thank you very much, everybody.
I love that the price tag is on
there. I know.
I'm
so sorry. How much was that, by the way?
$20.
$19.95.
I told you. Everything here is very cheap.
Returns too, by the way.
They are toilet roll covers. Yeah, I think Michael found those. That's Michael who designed this stage.
Classy.
Right there, yes. We clap for Michael.
Who doesn't need a toilet roll cover?
Yes, cute, right? We should have dressed them as like Hitman and Halo. I feel like we missed an opportunity. Before we start, I would like to ask, no filming, please. You can take as many pictures as you like, but please, no filming. Thank you very much. Okay, first of all, I'm going to start with you two here. How's America? You two. How's America treating you? How has it been coming on over for an American convention?
Have you done one of these before in the States?
No, well, no. Am I on?
This is so
can we get Jane up?
fantastic. This is, okay, then these are our first two conventions in the States. We had another place last week, which I won't even name. And I'm just blown away.
Yeah.
I live in Denmark, and I've just said backstage, you could fit my entire country into this room.
Yeah, it's huge, right?
I believe that's a conversation we're having at the moment.
Oh dear, that's a bit touchy.
Hashtag,
I think we should avoid that now.
hashtag topical. Hashtag no politics. No politics. I know Jen and Steve, you do a lot of these conventions all the time. Is there anything that still surprises you when you do these conventions, about the fans, about the experience, because you do so many week on week?
I would say, I don't know that this surprises me, but it's always delightful to hear how much the game and the franchise has meant to people, and in some cases has been life-changing. And we never get tired of hearing that, and it's again, it's not surprising, but it certainly is rewarding.
Yeah. And is there something, because I know you travel together quite a lot, you do individual conventions too, but is there something you've learned about each other? Steve's already laughing. Oh, I can't wait for this answer. Is there something you've learned about each other, specifically traveling together and doing the conventions, not through, and I'm going to ask you guys this next.
You tell Steve it's 15 minutes earlier than when it actually is.
Love that.
Yes, that's true.
Anything about Jen, Steve? What would you say?
Can't think of anything.
Well,
Nice.
the first thing that comes to mind is be very selective about the restaurants you pick. Because Jen has.
I can't eat anything.
She can't. So she's a cheap date. I will say that.
And what about you guys? You guys have known each other for years, working together. Like, what have you learned about each other through your friendship? Not so much through work, but your friendship with each other. Because your characters are obviously so intertwined in the series.
Well, I would say this much. Jane is very understanding of my so-called sense of humor. Yes. Even though she's my boss. She has not fired me yet. But no, I mean, we're just like really good friends. And the thing is, we only met each other after how many years? It's crazy.
5 or I don't know, 7 years. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use a microphone.
Well, no.
I've never experienced
taught
a
her all she
microphone
does.
before. It's my first time in front of one. No, yeah. So we were in Hitman together, but never met until I don't know, probably about 7 years or something into the process. And with the first time I met David, I must admit I was a little bit starstruck. I was quite nervous to meet you.
Yeah, you were.
Because
What was all that about?
I just knew you as Hitman. And, obviously, I know you
I kill people for a living.
as David now. Yeah, you kill
What's
people.
the big?
That's a bit intimidating, but now I know that David is actually the sweetest person in the world.
Duh.
And this is the fun thing. No, you are. This is the fun thing about acting in games is like I am so not like any of my characters. You know, they're like strong, powerful women, and I'm not like that at all. And
I beg to differ.
I beg to differ as well. Absolutely.
yeah, so that's the fun bit of acting in games and fun bit of meeting the people who act in all these games that we love.
Steve and I didn't know each other for the first 10 years of working together.
Really?
Yeah, we'd never met until Halo 4. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so
wow.
we're not
The, Jen and I met at the 10th anniversary of Halo Combat Evolved, and she tackled me, dropped me like a bad habit. But the thing was that we had both been on this amazing journey separately, and Jen's first words to me were, "Finally, somebody who gets it," and we've been fast friends ever since.
I love that. Jen, just to stick with you, I know that when you were auditioning for the role, they asked you to be, was it vaguely European?
Vaguely European.
As a European person, I want to understand what vaguely European, it's like saying vaguely American. I'm like, well hey, bro. I don't know, like,
Vaguely American would probably be Pacific Northwesty, right?
Yes.
Which is where I'm from. It was vaguely, they wanted it to sound different, but not, they didn't want you to know where I was supposed to be from.
Got it.
So they wanted it to be just a vague wash. So I literally said words from different, like I'd have one word would have a Spanish, like literally, like every other word I was trying to sound like just vague.
Like a schizophrenic European person.
Yes,
just
exactly.
Where
And
am
of course, at the end, they were like, yeah, thanks, just be American. It's all good.
Have you ever had that note, you guys, David or Jane, when you're looking at a script and they've gone, be vaguely this or broadly that? Like, how do you deal with that as an actor?
Well, I've got a little something because you're Glaswegian.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to mess with a Glaswegian, by the
No,
way.
no.
I was thrown out of a pub in Glasgow
That tracks.
on my day. Yeah. They didn't kill me, which is nice. But seriously, I was doing a national tour of a theatre play, and that day we'd been at Loch Lomond.
Oh, yeah.
And I went into the pub after the show, right next door to the theatre, and it was like a movie. And I happened to say, God, don't hit me, in a loud voice with this kind of neutral English accent, that, I'm ashamed of it. Just ordered my beer, and the bartender is literally drying a glass behind the bar, and the pub is packed. And I happened to say in a loud voice, we've just been to Loch Lomond today, and I had no idea how beautiful England was. Oh my God!
Rookie
Rookie mistake. I should have been bottled and knifed right on the spot. The whole pub just went.
To see the headlines and like the Glaswegian papers, Agent 47 assassinated, finally.
Not in Glasgow. You can maybe get away with it for
No.
5 minutes in Edinburgh.
No.
Those posh people over there. But the thing is, so I leaned over in this weird silence. I had no idea, someone died. I leaned over for my brand new pint of heavy. And the bartender just said, I think you should go. Oh, God. And I still was in my stupidity went, but I haven't drunk my beer. No, I think you should go. No,
Wow.
no. And I just went, seriously. I'll never forget that. What a dumbass thing to say. So I just threw myself out of the pub and I had to stand outside waiting for them. And I didn't even wait outside. I crossed the road because I thought if they come out, they're going to take me out then.
Steve, have you ever found yourself in places on the road where you're like, there's a cultural difference here, like, and you've had to readjust?
Sure. Well, it's fun. I mean, just in the United States alone, you know, you go to the South, it's a very different vibe. You go to the Northwest, it's East Coast, of course. It's all, you know, it's fun, really, to you know, to be in a country as large as this and feel like you're in another country, depending on where you are. So it's unique. But I don't know, although I think I do have the bad habit, especially if I'm down south. If I'm down there long enough, I start to talk like this a little bit.
Gosh.
Don't really intend to, but, you know, everybody else is, so what the hell?
You guys could get away with it. I have terrible accents. I've been in America for so long and I still can't get it. I just insult people. Bruh. That's my go-to. I'm so sorry. Please come back to my panels. I'm so sorry. For both of these games, I wanted to ask about the wonderful universes that are created. They're such well-written, beautiful games, which is a testament to why so many people come to see you. I wanted to ask you all as individuals working on these games and living with them through the fans, what are the favorite parts of these universes that you've loved over the years that you could pick out?
I think my experience in Hitman is, you know, what I've loved so much is watching the evolution of the relationship between Agent 47 and Diana, how it started as a, you know, fairly straightforward sort of relationship, and over the years it's become much more entwined, much more, they are engaging with each other a lot more, and I love the potential of that, and it's not a romantic relationship, but it's a very intimate, close relationship, and they really rely on each other and really depend on each other, and I think observing that there's a sort of tension between, you know, two people that kind of comes up, and I think the fans also really enjoy that too. And the other thing about Hitman is it's super funny. You know, it's just such a pleasure to
Kill people?
Yeah, I love snapping
I do that
necks.
too.
That's my like spare him. No. We must dump his body in the fridge.
Yeah.
And so I think the humor is really is something that's so positive for the fans. People love that.
Yeah. You know, one of the most fun times we had in the last, the trilogy, 1, 2, and 3, which are the last games, don't ask me why. They call them 1, 2, and 3. But at the end of 3, when we've actually been in the field together for the first time ever in the franchise, in 25 years or whatever it is, it was like the fans were embraced in our long-standing professional relationship, going, this is good. They're killing people together. It just had a nice feel to it. But but it was just a charming way of actually thanking the fans for being so loyal and sticking with it, and this long story arch over the last 3 games. And it just had a real feel-good feeling. So I'm looking forward to the next one. Where are we going to go?
Jane was talking about that intimate relationship, I can see, Jen, you were going, yeah.
Like, are you talking about
Yeah,
Halo?
I know. I'm sure that sounds really familiar. Is that how you guys feel as well?
It does, yeah. It was really interesting, actually. I was like,
Well, I was thinking when this panel was first booked, it was like Hitman and Halo. I'm not sure I'm getting the connection, and it's like we've been in the same journey together, the 4 of us, in very, very similar ways.
Yeah, I love that. Sorry, Jen, what you're going to add
no,
something?
I mean, again, you're talking about how it felt pretty straightforward in the beginning, and then they become entwined and have a difficult time not being together, obviously. One of the things that I love about Halo is the universe is infinite, and so we can keep on going forever, hopefully. But that is something that's interesting to me. Like, the adventures can just keep on. Any corner we turn, there's more. That's what it feels like.
I like the symmetry of this panel, actually. Like, I do like it. I'm going to ask some fun Halo and Hitman questions in a second. Then we're going to go to fan questions. But before I do, Steve prepped me, by the way. I'm taking away the smoke and mirrors. He was like, I want to talk about Cameo, first of all. You've been doing some fundraising.
Yes. Are you familiar with what Cameo is? It's a thing where you can get, you know, people like us to wish you happy birthday or a happy anniversary, or in some cases that you want to break up with your boyfriend. You know,
Have you done that?
I've done that. Yes.
No way. You have to expand upon that.
This is
respect.
Spartan 117. It's not you, it's him. So, Chief out. So,
Okay, I've never done that on Cameo yet.
but the point of bringing it up is right now, for about the last month or so, we've been doing a little fundraiser on Cameo where 100% of the proceeds that I get, and that Cameo gets actually, goes to the Red Cross disaster relief funds for the fires in LA. So thank you.
Yeah.
So we're trying to raise $10,000. We're up to about $6,000 right now. So if you haven't gotten the Cameo or you want to get another one, this would be a good opportunity to do it, knowing that your money's going to some people who could really use the help. So just go to cameo.com, look up my name, and we'll take care of the rest. So that's my little plug for.
Much easier way to break up with your person.
Yeah, and right, I mean,
Take care of it for
yeah,
you.
I'm not above
do
it, so
request.
you know.
Gosh, I should have like called Steve when I got divorced. God, I missed a trick
Could have handled
here.
it. Could have handled it.
Would it be a bit easier, maybe, or not? I'm not sure. Also, just before I go to the fun questions, I know a lot of my friends are very affected at the moment because of the video game strike. I know you probably all have something to say. I'll start with Steve. What did you want to say about that?
Well, we've been on, the video game actors and performers have been on strike since July with the major video game companies, and it's about one issue and one issue only, and that's the use of AI. And it's not that we're against the use of AI, but we are against the use of taking, you know, our digital audio print or our physical print, and then using that in perpetuity and not having any say in it, not having any say in how it's used, when it's used, where it's used, and getting paid for it. The video game companies have been very stubborn about this, obviously, for a strike that's been going on in July. And the reason why we want to bring it up is so that you're aware. We're not asking for boycotting the game or anything yet, but we could use your help. And what we're doing in this convention for the first time, if you come by my table and I think and Jen's table, and I think Yuri Lowenthal and Tara Platt are doing it as well. We'll have a little QR code there that you can scan and sign a petition showing your support for what we're trying to do. Again, we're not against AI, we're just against being ripped off. Call me weird, but that's what we're trying to do. So if you come by our table, take a picture of the QR code, and if you could fill out the petition, even if you're not going to get an autograph or anything, you can just stop by and take a picture of it. That would be helpful, and do that, because the more they hear from you, who are the fan base and the people who are actually laying down your hard-earned money to buy these things, it would be very helpful, and we could really use your support.
Do you guys want to add anything to that as well?
We'll come over and sign up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Please do.
if I get Agent 47 to sign up, things are going to start moving in a real hurry.
I'll kill them for free.
There you go.
Special offer.
Yeah, please do that. You guys going to support? Yeah, I hope you do. I'll come over and scan the QR code as well, for
Would
sure.
appreciate it.
Okay, we're going to do some fun questions, and then we're going to hand it over to you guys. Okay, here we go. This is very Hitman versus Halo based. Cortana versus Diana Burnwood. Masterchief versus Agent 47. Who's winning in a battle of brains, brawn, and style, and why? Okay, state your cases, people. State your cases.
Well, you know, I'm wearing a suit. I'd vote for me.
Well, sometimes.
That's true. You're peeing in yours.
It can't be avoided.
Ugh. Clean that sofa. That's disgusting.
Why do you think it's green?
I wonder what that was. No, what can I say? I wear a suit, so you vote for me. No.
Okay.
Oh no. I mean,
I like how you're canvassing
that
now. Like a vote for me is a vote for no pee.
What are our different? We've got style,
battle of brains, brawn, and style, or whatever. Whatever. you
I
want.
think brains are the only thing that Cortana's going to win on there.
Yes, 100%.
Well, certainly brawn is the only thing I'm bringing
That's
to
the
the
only.
party.
That's
so.
all.
But that's all she's got.
style. No,
But
brawn.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
it's true.
Okay.
You've got all the
Brain.
brains.
She has the infinite. Like
Yeah,
she's
okay.
got it all,
She does.
girlfriend.
That's true.
Sorry.
That is true. So I'll give you brains. I'll take style. And a few brains there. But Diana has great style. She's very elegant, very educated, and looks fabulous all the time. So what's not to like?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
By the way, I'm all in
naked,
favor.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're up in the ante. Yeah.
Now we're going.
Yeah. Give me style, but naked. That's good.
Steve, all you added was pee. I mean,
I think I did that. Sorry.
That's
Sorry, I
something.
interrupted you.
That's
My
something.
apologies.
No, I'm going for brawn because that's why I have Cortana for brains. She's the brains of the operation, so yeah.
I think you'd be the ultimate team up. What do you guys think? Yeah, damn, yeah, hell yeah. Okay, if Agent 47 was on a mission to eliminate the Master Chief, how would that play out, David?
Oh, that's
I mean, you can
nasty.
do it. You could throw a muffin at his head. I've done that to people before.
Yeah.
Push him off a balcony.
I would choose my favorite weapon is something very big to fall on your head. I like that. It's got humor and style.
Okay, I like that.
I think a banana skin would do the trick, personally. I mean,
You'd never see it coming.
that's right.
Are you being taken out by something being thrown in your head, falling on your head?
I'm sorry?
Are you being taken out that easily?
Well, I can tell you from the times when we record Halo and we have a session, it's usually a one-day session where you do what I call the death scenes, where my character is being killed because of your ineptness. So yeah, I mean, I think I do have a sound for, Master Chief being crushed in the head.
What about slipping on a banana peel?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
I love that one. Yes. Okay, finally, before we go to fan questions, and I'll ask you to line up in a second. If your characters were to give, I just heard you go, wow, that's probably the weirdest thing you've said on a panel of mine. Wow. If your characters were to give a TED Talk, what would the TED Talk be called?
Oh, dear God.
Could be anything, could be something simple, or it could be something complex. I want to pick on someone first.
Well,
okay.
based on the number of lines the Master Chief usually had, it would be the worst, shortest TED Talk in history.
Yeah.
That would start with something like Cortana, and end with something like Cortana. So it'd be brief and simple, yeah.
Rampancy and how to avoid it.
I love that. Love that. Okay.
Doesn't quite work, but she tried.
David, what about
I'd
you?
be death by silence.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the silent assassin. So I would just think, yeah, that's a kind of, that's deep. Death by silence.
Oh, death by silence. Got it. What about you?
Probably how to have a relationship with the strong silent type, because he doesn't say very much, and then you have to deal with the consequent loneliness of being the one who speaks the most. So it would be probably about that.
I love that. Now I'm going to ask, what would your personal TED Talk be called? Not your characters. Your TED Talk. I want to find out more about you guys.
I know that the name of my TED Talk for me personally would be Never Get Out of Line, because I am the living embodiment of being in the right place at the right time. And and part of that is just being always ready, because the brass ring may come around. It may not, but you'll never know unless you're ready for it. And a friend of mine told me that, a fellow actor, a long time ago, and it certainly bears repeating.
Love that. Thanks, Steve. What about you, Jen? You next?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I have to think about that one.
Okay, we'll skip you for just now and go to David.
I've got one.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a tree hugger. Sorry, it's a weird confession. And I've just come from California, and I've been talking to the redwood trees. Yes, I'm like that. But no, mine would be about trees and their personalities.
Oh.
And I can't explain what I mean by that. It's something I just feel. And it goes back to something, when I was 17 years old, I read about an American Indian tribe that when they were choosing their next totem pole, the elders used to go into the forest and find the right tree, and they'd gather around and then they'd address the tree and have a long talk, explaining that the tribe's doing well, and the totem pole is our spiritual symbol, and it's very central to our tribe's identity, and we need a new one, and you're it. And the moment they say that, they chop the tree down real quickly, and the reason is trees faint. And this is true. You can put live boiled eggs in a room next door, and in the next room you could chop something down like a tree, and if you've got what do you call them? Electrodes on the leaves, the tree flatlines for about 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
It
oh, no, my
faints.
God. Jen's
And
mind
the
is
idea
blown.
being that
Oh
if you
my
chop
God.
down the tree when it's fainted, then it won't give any bad vibes to the totem pole.
Oh my God, that's
So there, you've learned something today. But I love trees.
I
and
feel
there you go.
traumatized.
All of the vegetarians in the room are going, no!
Oh my God.
I've killed all these vegetables. Oh no.
Now you really can't eat anything.
Now I'm never eating again.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God. All right, top that, Jane. What's your TED Talk? Top
I
that.
don't know. I don't know if I can top that, but I think one thing I'm super interested in actually is the history of acting in video games, because we've all been doing this for quite some time now, and acting in games has really changed a lot over the years to the point where as you well know, games are so sophisticated now, and the ways in which game developers and the narrative design of games is incorporating storytelling, narrative design, and actors to tell those stories is super fascinating to me. Yeah. And acting, the craft of acting is thousands of years old. And the craft of making games is, 40, 50 years old. So you're bringing together this ancient practice that's been around since the dawn of time and inviting it into this real, like the new kid on the block in the entertainment industry, which is games. There's a lot of learning and growth that goes on between these two things, and I find that so fascinating. So I'd probably give a TED Talk on that, and then if it failed, I'd just start talking about trees.
Just get David out.
I'll just steal from David.
Mine's really simple. My TED Talk is dogs are rad.
Heck yeah.
That is
Heck
true.
yeah.
My simple TED Talk.
I would attend that TED Talk.
Dogs are rad.
I think you need the dogs are rad one right after the tree one, just as a bit of a palate cleanse.
Wake the audience.
Can we have a round of applause for the first part of this panel, please? Thank you. And now, we are going to hand over to you gorgeous people. So there's a mic here, and please do not be shy. If you have a question for our panel, anything at all, please stand at the mic. It's always the first person.
If not, we'll have to give our TED Talks.
Yeah,
You don't want
actually.
to hear that.
And you don't want that.
And we
really.
don't have any tissues for the tree one, by the way. So please stand in line, mind your fellow fans. Thank you, everybody. Excellent. Okay, my love, we're going to start with you. What's your name and your question?
Hi. Is this on?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Marcus, and I was just curious, how many of your games do you actually play and how much? I think you get a free pass if it's not at all, if you just enjoy the work and move on. This is a safe space. But I'd be curious if you guys are playing through the campaign and maybe critiquing your own work, or just enjoying it, or the game in general.
There used to be a YouTube channel, I don't think it exists anymore, called Masterchief Sucks at Halo. It was based on a real life story, because I suck at Halo. When Halo 2 came out, I am not a gamer. confess that right off the top. My first and last foray into video games was Pong, which none of you were even born when. So yeah, that's as far as I could go. But I tried to, I got an Xbox when Halo 2 came out, and said, I got to learn how to play this game. And I could not get Master Chief out of the opening room that he was in. And and he's just bumping into the wall. I'm waiting for like a sign that says exit this way. A finger that's like, and that doesn't exist, as you guys know. And I finally, the problem was at that time I didn't have a good 12-year-old nearby to say, give me this thing and show me how to play it. So that's my video game experience.
I am terrible as well. I'm really bad at it. But I have a husband who is not, who's good. And so he plays, and I trash talk everybody. So if somebody
really
vaguely sounds like Cortana is trash talking you, it might be me.
I find I'm not much of a gamer either, but I don't think I would play the games I'm in because I don't think I would get into my critical mind if I heard my own voice. I'd be like, why did I say it like that? I should have said it a different way. And, so I think it'd be hard for me to separate myself from it. Yeah.
No.
Yes, you're on.
I'm on. Am I?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Vaguely.
I'm on. Hello. Yes. I used to be a big player of Hitman, and then I had kids. So it's your fault. No, and I love the game, but I have just a slightly weird story. I walked in many years ago. My 14-year-old daughter who was playing Absolution, and I walked in and she said, "Dad, it's so cool hearing your voice in my head when I'm strangling this nun."
Great.
So I asked her, I said, "Listen, would you could you keep that sentence inside this bedroom?"
Inside voices, yeah.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling, So yeah, my children love watching me or killing people on. Oh, it's Dad.
Thank you very much for your question. Thanks. Thank you. And as we get through the line, I just want to remind you all one question each, if that's okay, you guys. All right, my love, what's your name and question?
I don't really have a question. I just wanted to say thank you guys. You guys have been like a staple in my living room or wherever I might be like my whole life, so I appreciate it. And you specifically, thank you for wishing me happy birthday on Cameo. That was one of the coolest things.
Are you sure you didn't get dumped on Cameo?
Are you married?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Is it going okay? Because we could do a quick one right now and get it all over with.
And then Zoe's also favorite character,
Thank
female
you.
character ever, so I appreciate that too.
Thank you very much.
And also I love Hitman, so good job.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. Cheers, my friend. Hello, my love, what's your name and question?
Hi, my name is Jacob. So in the Hitman games, sometimes 47 will do like a one-liner before he does a kill, kind of like alluding to the fact that he's killing them without outright like saying it.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite joke from 47 before a kill?
Before a kill. Oh, so many. They're kind of like, I would describe them as kind of like almost like James Bond one-liners from like Sean Connery days, It just has this way of, going, it's not going to end well. No, I can't. I'm going to kick myself when I leave this. I go, I got 15 of them. But I can't.
Do you have one? Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, in Hitman 2, in the Miami, when you can disguise yourself as the doctor, and you're prescribing like the IV to the target, and he's like listing off the ingredients. He's like belladonna, and she's like, belladonna, isn't that poisonous? Should I be worried? And he's like, I'm not.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, should I be worried? I'm not.
Thank. Oh, you've got some lines there. Oh heck yeah.
No, I won't do those
No.
But they're kind of too serious. No, but I just said one thing. When I was in Miami, when I'm dressed as a pink flamingo, and I did manage to say to one guy, when I kill him just outside the toilets, I said, that'll teach you. I told you to wash your hands. But I don't think they used it. But I freelanced, you know. Yeah.
Thank you. It's a great question. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, my friend. What's your name and question?
My name is Richard. My question was for Jane. So I really liked you in Ghost Recon Wildlands as Bowman, and also in Cyberpunk as well. I feel
Hey, Johnny.
you've played a lot of characters that have like a lot of like emotion, despite being like hundreds of miles away from where all the murder's happening. How do you like get that to? It reads so differently when you're really far away versus that one particular mission you mentioned in Hitman. Like it reads really differently when you're in the room versus very distant. I'm just wondering how you convey that distance and sound so correct. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you convey a lot of emotion despite being physically far away.
Yeah, right. I think it just comes down to sort of honoring the text and the given circumstances of the scene and buying into what's going on, and which also includes really honoring the relationships that your character has in the game to other people, but also to what the character wants. And so it just comes down to drilling down into the writing and what's happening in that moment in the scene. And I try to keep it as simple as possible. I just play what's there and really commit to that. And if the writing is good, and certainly it is in all of the games that you've just mentioned, then it will come off the page. It sort of does it for you. So as an actor, you just show up and you do your job, and you just try to be open and available to what's happening in that moment. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
love your outfit, by the way.
Hello, my dear. Come straight up to the mic. Right. You're going to have to crouch down. What's your name and question?
Hi, my name is Rick. I actually run a development studio here in Phoenix called Rogue Robot Studios, and both Halo and Hitman are incredibly near and dear to both myself and my entire team. So I'd be remiss if I, didn't thank you all for all of your immense hard work working on all of your respective franchises. I just met Steve, so Jen, thank you specifically for all your work as Cortana, and also making Contact Harvest one of the best audiobooks in the series, since you lent your voice to that too. But my question real quick, if you don't mind sharing with all of us here, is what's your happiest memory, or the most memorable memory from any of the titles that you all worked on? So that way it applies to all of you.
Happiest memory, guys.
Okay. It's the last line in Hitman 3. It's good to be back. I just love that because it's the closest you ever get to see Agent 47 smile. It nearly hurts him. But he's on the phone, he's on the satellite phone to Diana. We've just finished the whole mission, and the Constance is taken care of, and we're freelancing, and it just has a great feeling of what's to come. It's unknown, but we're in it together. It's good to be back. So that's my favorite moment.
The end of Halo 4 was really special for both Steve and I. And working on Halo 4 was really lovely because it was the first time we got to work together. First and only time.
Only time,
we
yeah.
got to work together. So that is a really happy memory for me. And crying, so much crying. All I did was cry, and then just crying. This really is happy.
But the difference between Jen and I is that, Jen would have, either be, the character would either be brought to tears or very close. And being the pro that she is, she could turn that on and off at will. Me, on the other hand, when the chief had to go deep, I wasn't right for days. After that, just to be able to pull yourself out of that. But we had such a great time, doing those sessions, and that's why it's people always ask what's your favorite game, and my favorite game to work on, and I know Jen feels the same way, was Halo 4, because we got to work together, and because the story is took such a wonderful turn, or an interesting turn, that it was just fun to do.
He gave me such a hard time for so long because I'd be like, oh God, are you ready for lunch?
Yeah, exactly. Honest to God, no joke. I'm like, what? How can you talk about lunch? You just went rampant, for Christ's sake.
Jane, what about you?
I really love the tango dance in the Mendoza. There's a tango dance between Agent 47 and Diane, and I just think it's just so divine and so fun. So that would be my favorite moment.
I was gonna say that, but because that was.
You weren't gonna say that.
I was.
Yeah.
No, because it is my favorite moment. We're just talking, and it's great.
Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you so much for all the hard work you guys did.
Thank you. Hello, my dear. What's your name and question?
I am John. My question is for all of you. I want to know, just when you're reading the scripts, looking at everything with the games, has there ever been a moment where you've read a line or seen something that you said and you just sat down and dropped the paper going, wow?
Oh, that's a good one.
I had this moment in Returnal, actually. So my character, just briefly in Returnal, she has she's a mother, and she's an astronaut. She decides to fly to this planet seeking this mysterious white shadow thing, and she ends up on the planet, and she crashes, and it's a bit of a Groundhog Day. She keeps getting killed and then wakes up on the planet again. Anyway, she's struggling a little bit with motherhood, and she wants to let her son know that she's not coming home. So she calls and she says, "Hi, sweetheart. I just wanted to let you know I'm not coming home." And I was just like, wow, the way she left that message to her son, it just gave me such insight into her state of mind, which is really fractured. And that line, every time I see it or think about it, it just sends a chill down my spine. Like, this is her little boy she's talking to. She says it in such a beautiful way. "Hi, sweetheart," as though she's going to say, "Dinner's in the fridge and I'll be home at 7. But instead, she's not coming home. So that's something that really stuck with me.
Damn right.
Again, referencing Halo 4, which seems to be the theme here, when I read that and found out what was going to happen to Cortana, I remember thinking, oh God, we're doing this. We're not coming back from this. So I definitely was sad. I was sad about that. Like, okay, we're going to make this the best story we can, but it made me sad. So, yeah.
You know, when we were doing Halo Infinite, as we're recording it, you can't help that, especially because we do a lot of these shows, and you guys request certain lines like "finish the fight" and "I need a weapon" and all of that. And so we were doing Halo Infinite, I'm wondering, as we would be reading the script, geez, I wonder if there's going to be a line out here that will be like that will be the "finish the fight" for Halo Infinite. And certain ones have come up, and the one that I mean, there are a number of lines in that game that I like, but it's oh God, I'm forgetting it. I had it and I lost it. Oh, we all fail. We all make mistakes. That's what makes us human. And I think when we recorded that line, and as you usually do when you're doing this stuff, when you record it over and over and over and over and over again until the director gets what he wants, I had an inclination that, well, that might be one that sticks. And it does. You get a lot of requests for that one, so.
Thank you. Thank you so much for everything you guys have done. It's amazing being able to see you guys, and I'm thankful you guys are here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next question. Hello, my dear. What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Christopher, and I've unfortunately only mostly grew up playing Halo games, so I never encountered Hitman.
It's not too late.
You're dead.
You can still play Hitman.
Wrong thing to say. Wrong thing to say.
Me and my brother grew up playing Halo or Call of Duty. I loved Halo. He loved Call of Duty. So if you had to pick, I know you said you don't really play video games for YouTube Halo people. Would you pick Halo or Call of Duty?
What? There's a.
Hey, guess which one pays me? That should be your first clue.
Halo. Yeah.
What about you guys in the audience? Halo? Yeah.
Obviously.
Thank you so much.
You tell my brother that.
Thank you very much for your question. Hello, friend. Straight up, great T-shirt. And straight into the mic, because it's really quiet. So what's your name and question?
My name is Shane.
Can we go back up again? Okay, go for it. Shane, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, Shane.
My name is Shane. From the making of Bungie games for Jen and Steve to 3.3, when did it stop becoming just a job and actually becoming who you are, like Cortana or Masterchief?
I'm so different from Cortana. I mean, I wish I was.
First of all, she's fully clothed.
In so many ways. But anytime I feel like, and I think we can all speak to this. Anytime you play a role, you're trying to find the things within you that you can sort of sharpen or brighten or turn up, if you will. Like, oh, I understand this aspect of this person's character, and I have a little bit of that. I'm going to just turn that dial up a little bit. And so it becomes you and you become it, no matter how many times you play it. I feel that way. As I got to play Cortana more, I got to know her better, and it became a little more instinctual. I don't know that I remember having a moment. I just remember feeling familiar, like, oh, this is starting to become familiar. And it may even have been Halo 2. The second time, like, oh, good, I get to come back and visit with my friend who I like so much. So,
Yeah, I think, first of all, it's never been a job. It's never, ever been a job. And not just this, what we have chose to do for a living, or in some cases it chose us, is just, the old expression is, you'll never work a day in your life if you're doing something that you love. And this is something that we love. So it's never felt like work ever. But the moment I think for me, to be honest with you, I think it was the end of Halo 3, which ends with, "Wake me when you need me." And there were two things happening. I thought that was the end of the line. And
bittersweet.
Yeah, so it was, I thought this is the last thing I'll ever say as this character who I've been able to do for, 3 games and however many years that was. So that there was that, there was a tinge of sadness, there was a tinge of finality to it, even though the line suggested otherwise. But I think that was a moment where I think the character really became fully formed to me as a if you will, a human being, and that's continued and been amplified since then.
you sure it wasn't when I tackled you?
Well, there was, yeah, my knee still. I'm reminded of that every.
Thank you. Now, we're running out of time. There is time to get through the questions, but should we do a speed round? Let's do it, because I want to get through all of you guys. So, name and question, let's go.
My name's Jet. I have a question for David about Hitman Absolution. Originally, they recorded the entire game with another actor in the role of 47, and then at the 11th hour, they brought you in. So I was always curious, like, what those sessions were like. Did you feel rushed or anything? Was it?
No, but it's actually a tribute to the fans, because the fans decided, we're not buying this game. And that's the true power of fandom. And it was deeply humbling, because they didn't. And after 4 or 5 months of pre-sales, when they didn't, and they'd spent $50 million on a new engine, I'm thinking, we're going down. The fans mean this. And then I get the little phone call going, what are you doing today?
Just kidding about all that.
So yeah, that was a profound, humbling experience, which also makes appearing in these expos all the more meaningful, because you see all around you, whatever you guys are interested in or fans of, the power of fandom. So yeah. power to you.
Again, our paths cross in unusual ways because we had the exact same experience when it went from Bungie to 343. They had replaced both Jen and I. The game was completely, I'm not sure it was completely re-recorded, but it was mostly re-recorded by other actors. And again, in a similar experience. Now, the game hadn't actually come out yet, but, they beta test these things, and people didn't like what, not that these people did a bad job, it just wasn't the voice that they wanted for both Cortana or Master Chief. So again, it was the fans that allowed. But I mean, yeah, it's the parallels are amazing.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
We're terrible at speed throughs.
Yeah, that's okay. We're good. Okay, thank you. Okay, speed round, name and question.
I'm Christian. I'm just playing Halo for basically my entire life in South Apply, so thank you both so much. My question is, what are your guys' thoughts, or do you guys have thoughts on the weapon replacing Cortana?
Anything to you? I love the weapon. I love her. I really, really like her. So I would be delighted to continue to play the weapon. I'm sad about Cortana, but so much of the weapon, I think what might happen, and I have no idea if they're going to keep going with this, to be quite honest with you, we might find her becoming more like Cortana, perhaps, because she is, 2.0. So I loved her. I love her. I think she's charming.
I liked her too. I liked her too. But it's and I not to take words out of your mouth, but when somebody asked you a similar question and you said that between the two, the weapon is probably more closer to you than Cortana is, which I thought was interesting.
I'm quirky like that. What'd you say?
You like the weapon better than?
Oh no! Don't make me choose. Not gonna happen.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, who is this dapper person?
Oh, well dressed.
And look at
Good
the
afternoon, Agent.
Oh, that looks scary.
And the gloves. I love it. You've even got the gloves. Okay, name and question. Let's go.
My name is Jack, and first off, I want to say thank you for your work and the emotion you bring out to games. Games have been a huge part of my life for the whole duration of it. But my main question is, in the recent Hitman trilogy, what would be, if you had to choose, what would be your favorite location that Hitman Agent 47 visits?
Oh, I got it. Sapienza. Yeah, I just love, sometimes I just go off and I don't listen to Diana and I just go for a walk.
What?
Because I know, I'm sorry, and you get 1847, what are you doing? I'm having a cappuccino. Let me I like to walk around, and I know that town where it was made. So it's a real town. So yeah, Sapienza.
Thank you. You look great. What about you? Do you have a favorite?
I would have to say the same. Sapienza is so glamorous and beautiful. So yeah, it's a great location.
Yeah, closely followed by Paris. I like Paris.
Good coffee.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, this now really does have to be a speed round. We have 5 minutes. Can we do it, you guys? 5 minutes. All right. Name.
Plus, this guy's got a club with nails in it, so I think we should take his question.
Let's go.
Thank you. My name is Will. I'll probably should read this off. I cannot imagine a more perfect panel. While Hitman and Halo do not fit the same style of video game, I find their narratives very interesting. Here we have two male characters robbed of their childhood innocence to become the perfect weapon, complemented by their feminine and intellectual equals.
I think we should take this on the road.
I think so too.
I think we're intellectual equals.
What?
I'll visit your panel later. Not now, your booth. Has there been a fan story or message that really stuck with you? One that helped you realize how much the role of a video game impacted and resonated with people?
Okay, who wants to take that first?
I'll do a quick one. In Absolution, right at the beginning of the game, I have to go and kill my boss, which really, and she doesn't die, by the way. But the point is, it was a profound thing because there was so much emotion in it, because I'd felt betrayed. And that's just the power of their relationship and the skill of the writers. But I really got choked up on that one. So if it's having the same effect on you, I understand. because it had on me.
Anyone else?
I've met so many marvelous, wonderful, lovely people coming to these conventions, and it's hard for me to choose one, but I do remember a gentleman saying that he had returned recently from, this was many years ago, from Afghanistan, and that we helped him with his PTSD. And that was really remarkable to me. And he started to weep and got very, honest and real about it. And that is a moment when you step outside of yourself and say, isn't it amazing what art can do? What art can do for us, and good story can do for us, and that it helped. I mean, that was a moment I walked away with in a big way. Yeah.
I would just echo that. What she said exactly.
Thank you so much. Okay, we have 3 minutes. We are so bad at speedruns. Okay, let's go. Name and question.
My name's Sam. My question is for 1847. If anything that you could do, go back in time and change anything throughout your career of being 1847, what would it be?
Ooh. Well, hi, Sam. That's a tough one. I can't think of anything. No cornflakes. Yeah, no. Yeah. No. I'd like to see him lighten up, but not as a personality, just for a moment, like he's been drugged by someone's given him a drink, and I just that's the kind of stuff, and I'll leave it at that. It's just his vulnerability is there. I just for a moment where it would just come to the surface. Yeah, but there you go.
Thank you.
Part of my childhood. Both of you are favorite video games.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Being legend.
Thank you, my friend. You're very sweet. Thank you. Okay, hello, my love. Right, we have 2 minutes. Okay. Name and question.
Hey, so I'm Robert. I've been playing Halo since the first Halo game on the Xbox. I'm playing Hitman since Hitman 2 Silent Assassin. Love those games since they came out. My question is for Agent 47 over here. Over the many years of Hitman, has there been a particular form of assassination that you feel that's been really funny or really interesting that you've seen?
So many. I love pushing that lady off the balcony in. She's an elderly lady, but she's a bad person. But seeing
strangling the nun isn't at the top.
Oh, that's up there. But I was just this one moment when she's looking out over the Dartmoor, oh, what a lovely view. And I just come up behind her, just whoop. Just went, yeah, I felt good doing that.
Thank you. Okay, we've got to keep them super short now. We have 1 minute. Okay, what's your name and question?
It's called, it's sort of a piece of music, and you know one of your games that really stuck out to you.
I mean...
Jesper Kid.
No, there isn't. No.
The music in our game is pretty crap, right? So...
What? Okay.
The music in our game is really good.
Yeah.
The sarcasm is...
Good. Jesper Kid in the Hitman games, in the early games. Set a style which was very haunting.
Thank you. Thanks, my friend. Okay, name and question.
My name is Caleb, and I was wondering, what would you guys like to see for the future of your franchises?
In a sentence? Oh.
To keep going.
Yes. That would be...
I think in the case of Halo, there's still a big story to tell, and I hope it gets told.
I would echo that for Hitman. I think there's lots more mileage there, so for it to keep going would be just a great thing.
Thank you. Oh, we made it to the last person. Hello, my love. Name and question.
My name is Jasmine, and I was a line dude, so I wanted to represent for the female.
Yeah, let's go.
Way to go.
Someone who loves to do voices. Also, I love Halo. How does one get into voice acting? Okay.
It's, I imagine, I can speak, it's hard to know anymore because the technology has changed so much. For me, I stumbled into it blindly. And I think as well, I was living in a town where they were making video games, and that's important, honestly.
Yeah.
So being in the right place at the right time, which is a terrible way to answer that question. But taking acting class, if you've taken an acting class, taken an improv class, these are important so that you know what a director is asking you to do. And then just sending your stuff out in a targeted way, but also, just blanketing people. It's about being there over and over and over and over again, and standing in line, sadly, is what it's. And look, you just did it. You stood in line that whole time.
In front of a bunch of dudes.
Heck yeah. Can we have a round of applause for the fan questions, please? Because they were great. Love that. And guys, would you see this panel on the road, Halo versus Hitman? You should take it on tour.
I'm telling you, we're going on tour.
When I asked them to put that together, they were like, really? And I was like, trust me, it's going to be good. You guys are here all weekend, is that correct? So if you guys didn't get a chance or you're a wee bit too shy, please go see these lovely folks at their tables.
Just come for a chat.
We're heading right back to our table.
Yeah, so come by, say we haven't signed with you, and if nothing else, take my QR code and sign our petition.
Guys, are you ready to do
I feel
big
like I'm
moves?
running for office.
No, you're good. You're doing well. I'm
vote
coming
for you.
down. I'm convinced. Guys, huge round of applause for
Thank you, Claire.
Jane,
You're the best.
David,
You're
Jen,
the best.
Steve. Thank you, you guys. See you soon.
That was great. That was amazing. Claire.
You guys were great. I love you guys.